Hey Astro Kids, and welcome back. This is your daily horoscope for April 28th, 2020. And so the moon is still here in Cancer. It's about halfway through Cancer now, so it has backed off of this North node. Still going through these feelings, though, of the past and of wanting to find this emotional fulfillment and connection to home and to what is comfortable. And this North Node is still here at this critical degree of Cancer, where this is the last opportunity to connect to what is emotionally fulfilling in your life. And we still have this T square here with Moon in Cancer, Juno in Libra, and Chiron, which is conjoined with Mercury no longer. Mercury has moved ahead into Taurus. Remember, so this is Chiron standing by itself here in Aries, where this is this ultimate breakdown of ego, this check in with our identity, with our image, with the way that we are presenting ourselves, that is in conflict with what is nurturing, what is truly caring and fulfilling to us on this spiritual, emotional level. Also in conflict with how are we relating to others, which of course this Juno and Libra is part of this Saturn and Aquarius story of coming into unity and peace in the collective, serving this responsibility, this duty, this authority to help others in the collective, to come into this space of humanity. And so we are still in this space here where there's a challenge here of letting go of the past, letting go of these feelings that are chaining us to the old reality. Remember that the South Node is at the critical degree of Capricorn, at this point of fear, of control, of being stuck into the confines of the past situation, of the structure of the system that we have done time and time again here. And so this is the ultimate moment at this critical degree point where this is time to let go of this old system, this old structure that we have put into place in our lives. And remember that Pluto is retrograde here in Capricorn, conjoined with Jupiter, creating this big explosive inner transformation within ourselves, where this is an ultimate moment of letting go, releasing control, so that we can step into this new space that the universe is offering to us. And so this is a moment of stepping into what is new, stepping into what is truly deeply fulfilling to us, stepping into this space of how do we better ourselves, how do we address these fears and address these feelings that are chaining us to the past and release this Pluto retrograde, bringing up a lot of fears and insecurities in terms of how we want to control our lives, how we want things to look as it's here in Capricorn, dealing with the status, the reputation, the public image. How do we want the story to look in our lives? And so this is a major moment of checking in and looking into these fears and these insecurities that are controlling us, that are holding us back into this space of this old structure in our lives. And Pluto is here to destroy. It's here to break down this old structure, this old system that we are used to being chained to. Jupiter here to expand this experience. And so this is a big moment of addressing these feelings, addressing these fears, these insecurities that are coming to the surface, and allowing yourself to let go of this need to control, right? This Plutonian control to stay in what is safe, what is comfortable. But this is a big moment of tapping into this higher frequency of Pluto, which is this death and rebirth. And so instead of staying in this lower frequency of Pluto where we want to control and hold on to this intensity and this feeling, and to stay in this space of fear and trauma in the past, this is a moment of letting these things die off, right? This is a moment of observing these feelings that are coming up for us, and allowing this to die off so that we can make space for something new. And remember that Ceres is sitting here in Pisces, where in order to nurture ourselves, we must be able to surrender and let go. Neptune here at these last degrees of Pisces, creating a lot of fear, a lot of illusions in terms of wanting to hold on to these impulses, these fears, these past experiences. And so a lot of work here that needs to be done in terms of changing and letting go, letting this change happen. We have Mercury, Lilith, and Uranus, and the Sun all conjoined here in Taurus, where this is a big moment of shifting in our security, in our foundation, in our stability, right? This is a moment of no longer doing the same old routine, the same old system, having the same old structure, having the same old values that no longer serve us. This is a breakdown of what is conventional, of what is familiar, of what this past security and foundation looked like for us in our lives. And keep in mind that this is happening not only on a personal level here in Taurus, but also on a collective level in Capricorn, right? Capricorn being this government, this system, this infrastructure, this society that we are structured around, and Taurus being our personal structure and foundation in our security, in our finances, in our self-worth. And so a lot of changes going on in terms of what the foundation looks like for us. This is breaking down, this is changing. And so now is a time to build up this new structure, this new foundation that is truly of value to us, that is truly worthy, that is truly solid ground that we can stand on and that we can rely on in this new space. And Mercury is here in Taurus reporting this to us, that now it is time to take the steps. Now it's time to plan ahead. Now it is time to be practical. It's time to be realistic. It's time to do the work that is necessary to step into this brand new reality that is being offered to us. And the big thing happening here on April 28th is Mercury making a square over to Saturn in Aquarius. And so this is a big moment as Mercury is in Taurus, having us focus on our finances, on our security, on our foundation, on the steps that we need to take. Making this square over to Saturn in Aquarius, which is giving us this authority and this responsibility to stand up for the collective, to come into a space of unity, to support humanity. And so there is a conflict between how can we create this stability, this foundation within ourselves, and how can we do it out in the world. And so Mercury is here to report the reality. It is here to report the fear, the restrictions, the limitations that are holding us back from stepping into this moment. And so this is a very intense square that is happening here as Mercury is making this square over to Saturn, that this is a big moment of realizing reality, realizing what is actually going on here, realizing that we cannot escape reality and we cannot escape what is going on, but that Mercury is saying that this is the time to pay attention to what is realistic and what are the steps that we need to take. And so major restriction here in terms of wanting to escape reality, wanting to run away from what is going on. Mercury is here to reveal to you what is really going on here and what are the steps that we need to take. And so this battle is going on here in terms of wanting to run away from this, wanting to escape this, as this reality is being reported to us. And so, once again, remember that as the North Node is getting ready to enter into Gemini, that we are splitting the collective, right? As the North Node enters into Gemini, Gemini is an energy that is always dealing with duality, that is always dealing with the separation, that is always dealing with multiple perspectives, multiple outcomes. And so as we are stepping into this North Node in Gemini, getting prepared for this, there is a shift in the collective in terms of where we are headed. And there is something big about this where there is a split between those who are willing to see reality and to step forward into this new space and to take this Saturn and Aquarius responsibility to serve humanity, in a split with those who are staying stuck in the past. So big divide that we are coming into here in this space. And we already saw this start with this Saturn and Pluto coming together in this intensity in the beginning of 2020. As Saturn started to push forward into this space of Aquarius, changing the reality, changing the system, right? Putting the restriction, putting the limits on us as a collective. But also, remember that the higher octave of Saturn is this authority, is this responsibility. And so now there is a responsibility here to come together and to serve humanity. And so a lot that is coming up here, a lot that needs to be worked on once again. Remember that with Mercury coming into this space into Taurus, making this square over to Saturn in Aquarius, that this ultimate truth is something that we cannot escape. So I also pulled some cards for April 28th as well. First card here is the fourth house, right? Fourth house is connected to Cancer, to the home, to the family. But what I'm getting big time here with this fourth house in reverse is we are stuck in the past. Many of us stuck in these past feelings, these past experiences, these doubts, these fears, these regrets. And so this is a major moment of clearing out these past feelings that no longer serve us. This is not a time for you to dwell in the past. And remember that Five of Cups from yesterday, where this is about leaving behind the past so that you can step into this new space. Remember, the sun is coming off of this conjunction with Uranus, where our inner reality here is changing, it is shifting, and our outer reality is changing and shifting as well, as this is Saturn and Aquarius. And so if we cannot step into this new reality, if we cannot let go of the past, let go of this control in order to step into this new space, this is where we are having issues. And so this is a major time of letting go, releasing the past, releasing these feelings that are holding you back, and a lot of feelings that are coming up here as the moon just came off of this North Node in Cancer. And this Neptune and Pisces in those last degrees, which are the most intense degrees. Remember that as we get to those last degrees of Pisces, we are dealing with Pluto and Mars, which is in this addictive, in this impulsive, in this chaotic, this escapism. Right, those last degrees of Pisces are super intense. And so there's a lot here that we want to be cautious of, that we're not making impulsive decisions, that we're not acting in a space of fear, and that we're allowing ourselves to heal from the past and move forward. Speaking of healing, the second card we have here is Chiron, which is in reverse. Many of us do not want to go through this healing process, which is happening anyway, right? We have this Pluto retrograde, which is making us face these fears, these insecurities, these past feelings, right? Pluto is bringing the darkness to the light, making us face these parts of ourselves that we don't want to face. And so Pluto is here calling for an ultimate transformation where we are going in, addressing these feelings and these fears and these insecurities, and observing it and letting it go so that we can move forward and step into this new space. This Pluto energy of the rising of the Phoenix, that this is a major time of allowing yourself to heal so that you can rise from the ashes into your greatest version. Last card here, Black Moon Lilith. And remember that Lilith is now going to be in Taurus with all of this unexpected change that is our new reality, where there are these deeper feelings that we want to express, that we want to act on, that we want to acknowledge. And so why deny yourself what you truly want in this space? There is something big here with this Black Moon Lilith, where we must accept all of who we are and understand what it is that we truly desire, what it is that we truly want. Doesn't mean to act on impulsive desires. It means to acknowledge these feelings and not to repress this. Right? There's a big issue here of trying to repress, trying to escape, trying to run away, trying to stay in the past. Instead of doing this Pluto work here of going in and facing these parts of ourselves that we don't want to address. Last card, the Two of Wands. This is a new direction that we are going in. Are you ready to take this new path, this new direction? Do you have a plan? Do you know what direction that you are moving into? Right? So this is a big choice here that we have to make in terms of what direction. And remember, we talked about how there's going to be a split where there are going to be people who are moving forward into love and unity and what is real and the truth. And there is the other group that is going backwards into the past, into fear. And so what is your choice here? What direction are you moving into? What does the journey look like? What are you planning for? What do you want to accomplish? What are you passionate about? What do you love? Right? Two of Wands is an ultimate decision about what do you love? What are you passionate about? What are you going to go after? What is the plan? What's the journey? Where are we going? So major choice, major decision that needs to be made here, that needs to be made after addressing these hidden parts of yourself, these fears, these insecurities, these repressed feelings the past and doing the work so that you have the clear judgment to make a choice and a decision that takes you in the direction of where you want to go in life. So that was your horoscope for April 28th, 2020. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, feel free to leave a like as well as a comment. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell. If you'd like to share some motivational advice, positivity, spiritual wisdom, feel free to join the group Astro Metaphysical Love and Light on Facebook. I want to thank you all once again so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.